It's very tricky to read health advice on the internet because there are too many differentiating health opinions, right? There's some people that advocate keto and they say, oh, keto is a great way to lose weight. You know, if your body's using fat as a primary source of energy, your body's going to start burning more fat. And this is a good thing because then your body's going to be burning fat all day. And it's like, okay, maybe that's true, but then your body also raises stress hormones through that process where they're producing ketones. So it's like, were those people wrong? Not really, but they didn't account for something kind of a negative effect of what they were planning on doing. And that's when you're going to realize a lot of health advice on the internet isn't a sure thing. And you're going to realize you're going to find an entire health community that disagrees with this guy who's advocating for a specific thing. There are certain people on the internet that say vitamin A is toxic and that shouldn't be eaten. There's other people that say vitamin A is toxic in high doses, just like every other vitamin, and it should not be eaten in high doses, clearly, right? Who's right and who's wrong? Eventually, you're going to reach the point where you're going to be like, you know what? I'm literally going to experiment. I'm going to go approach guys who look like they know what they're talking about, who seem like they know what they're talking about. I'm going to get their opinion. I'm going to go start implementing different stuff, and I'm going to go experiment. And sometimes you really need to experiment. And that's pretty much what the health field is. You really need to experiment because there's so many different doctors with different health opinions, so many different health influencers that completely disagree with each other, so many different health plans that are so different from each other and have completely different philosophies. You got to be like, you know what? I hate doing the work, so much work, but you kind of need to in the health field. It's one of those things you kind of need to do the experiments, you kind of need to do your research. If you don't, and you're taking health advice from a random guy on the internet or for some guy who has a bunch of credentials, because there's a lot of guys with credentials that don't really have any idea what they're talking about. Truth be told, you're going to end up in a spot where you're not in full control of your health, and it's not a good spot to be in.